Yeah, good morning. But bad news for the housing market. House prices have recorded their biggest year-on-year fall for 3 years. I say bad news, unless you're trying to buy, of course. The Nationwide says the average house in the UK was valued at just over £164,000 in July. That was down 0.7% on the month and down 2.6% on July last year. In fact, since the peak of the market back in 2007, this is what's happened to house prices in the UK. It's fallen by 13%. Significantly smaller decline than the falls experienced in the Netherlands, the United States and in Spain, of course, where the housing market has crashed, causing all sorts of problems for banks. Well, those falls come on the day that the new Funding for Lending scheme starts. Its aim is to get banks and building societies to offer cheaper loans to businesses and homeowners in a bid to get the economy moving again. The Bank of England will make available up to £80 billion at a discount, 0.75%, including fees. In fact, well below the market rate. The banks then, well, the idea at least, is that they pass this on in the form of cheaper loans to customers. In the past couple of weeks, it's true that NatWest, HSBC and Santander have all cut their mortgage rates to below 3% for new 5-year fixed-rate deals. Well, with Britain back in recession, of course, the hope had been that the Olympics would provide some sort of economic boost. But with much of London absolutely deserted, the concern is that we're headed for another 3 months of decline. Here me to discuss this is Mark Henderson, the chairman of, non-executive chairman, I think, Mark, isn't it, of Gieves and Hawkes, the Savile Row tailor, which, of course, holds royal warrants from the Queen, Prince Philip, Prince Charles. Gieves, of course, was bought by the Chinese investor Trinity back in April. Mark, from where you sit on Savile Row, how are things looking?
Not bad at all, actually, at the moment. I mean, the British luxury goods industry over the last several years has picked itself up extremely well. There was a small dip in 2007, and then the luxury goods industry as a whole has been really booming, and we've been benefiting from foreign travel. The West End of London is particularly strong. In fact, although the streets may not be packed with people just at the minute, if you walk down Regent Street, it's looking absolutely fantastic. And I did meet a billionaire's wife last night who was going shopping today.
But billionaires shopping in central London is not going to keep the economy afloat, is it? I mean, when you step away from Regent Street, from Savile Row, when you talk to colleagues who you know, who perhaps work in other sectors of the economy, are they seeing any sign of a pickup? And are they sort of feeling that this lending scheme might provide some sort of stimulus?
Well, I don't know about the lending scheme, but it seems to me that we're faring relatively well, and there are certain sectors that are doing extremely well, and I would happily say the luxury sector is one of them. The tourism industry is doing well. There's been a long-term growth in numbers coming into the UK, and what's happened, of course, during the Olympics is there's been a change in who's coming in. People are being told from Britain, people are being told keep out of central London. Well, may have been a mistake, but what it has done is it's made it very comfortable for our visitors. Walking down Bond Street yesterday, absolutely gorgeous. So whether or not there is going to be a steady build over the next couple of weeks, I can't predict.
Well, was it a mistake to advise people to steer clear of central London? Are you looking at your shops and thinking, my goodness, we're losing Mrs. Costa's money?
Well, I have to say, I mean, our own experience at Gieves and Hawkes has actually not been bad at all, but certainly I've heard that it has been difficult for some retailers. I think people are, over the course of the year, people remain pretty confident. So I think this is a temporary thing. Was it a mistake? I think they would have been castigated had they not done something about clearing the systems. And it is a comment that I've received. A, transport good. B, surprisingly enough, security very good. Moving around the Olympic arena is extremely good. So,
Mark Henderson, non-exec chairman of Gieves and Hawkes, on billionaires on Savile Row. Thank you very much for joining us to discuss that. Britain's manufacturing sector shrank at its fastest pace in more than 3 years.